Hello, and welcome back to another beast building video. So today we're going to talk about his basic animations for his basic combos and his idle stances and whatnot, as well as his boosts. So here we have, this is pretty much unchanged from X-Men Legends 1, just his menu idle animation, exact same as it was in XML1, and then when you select him or you switch outfits, he does this. And when you're ready to go, he stands up. Simple. It all worked just fine. No reason to change that at all. Now, something I did change that doesn't quite look like it's been changed is his idle stance. Because it's very similar to this one, but notice how his left leg is back, and here his right leg is back. He's also animated a little bit better, and he stands up more, like slightly more erect, and his arms are a bit more forward. So there's a reason for not, there's a few reasons for not using this animation. For one, his left leg is back, and every idle animation in this game has the right leg back. And the reason for this is because all the basic combos and powers and whatnot are all built to chain from a position with the right leg back. So you notice every character stands with the right leg back. So I wanted to replicate this to make all the chaining as smooth as possible. And then his run animation comes from Ulik. Ulik is that annoying dude in Niflheim. Wait, did I say who this came from? This came from Piledriver. And the run animation comes from Ulik, which is that annoying dude with the physical and energy resistance that takes all day to kill unless you have elemental damage. And they just fit together really well. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how Beast looks, just running around and standing around and whatnot. Let's talk these. Let's talk combos. So there's a lot of Black Panther animations here. It was hard not to just make him a damn near copy because Black Panther's animations are just so fitting for Beast, a lot of them. They're so good, so we're really lucky that Black Panther is in this game for all these perfect Beast animations. But so here's your basic triple light attack combo. We've got Sabretooth and then Venom for the swipe. So we got a punch, a swipe, and then a kick, and that comes from Black Panther. Now, if we do his stun, those are both Black Panther's animations, these last two right there and there. And they work great, they look great, and they also, that move right there, chains very well into that move right there, which comes from X-Men Legends 1 Beast. This is his trip. Now there's two styles of trips in the game. There's your basic one where they take out the legs, they do a sweep, and they do the trip animation and fall. And then there's the one that the big guys do, where they do a hammer fist, and they just kind of get flattened. The way that works is it does knockback, but it has a stop trigger, so they don't actually get knocked back, they just get flattened, and that's how this works. It just stomps them down into the ground. That's his trip. And for his pop-up, so as you can see, we go left arm, right arm, and then there's the pop-up. So because it's left arm and then right arm, you want the pop-up to either be the left arm or something that doesn't involve arms at all, like a kick or something to that degree, something to that effect. And a lot of the left-hand pop-ups looked like they stand way too straight up, and it didn't quite feel right for Beast. But luckily, Hulk had a pop-up that I think fits him quite well. So yeah, that's Hulk's pop-up. Have I talked about everything? Let's see. Well, I haven't talked about that yet, but yeah. So here's his smash. This comes from Black Panther. It's very appropriate, very fitting, and I was this close to doing a Sonic spin dash with it. You know his roll animation, where while he's charging up, he would, whoops, why did I do that? While he's charging up, he would just roll in place, and then when he released it, he'd shoot forward, and it was really cool. But the problem with the rolling animation in this game is he hovers a foot off the ground, and it looks really weird. I really wanted to incorporate that animation in the build, but I couldn't without it looking and feeling janky, especially trying to fit it into combos and whatnot. There's a lot of reasons I had to give it the axe, but yeah, so this might change before release. I doubt it, but it might. And then we have, just your typical ground smash. What else is there? Oh, the grab attacks. So now let's look at our grab attacks, shall we? So you've got your basic, punch guy in the face, and then you've got that one. So this, excuse me, how dare you, sir? that comes from Pile Driver. Again, it was very hard not to just use Black Panthers because it was so fitting. But I ended up using Pile Driver's Power 1, and it turned out pretty... What am I doing? Oh, it's because I've got lag, so my inputs are a little off. Yeah, that comes from Pile Driver. I think it looks good. I think it's fitting. It differentiates him from Black Panther. And now, I think that about covers all those. So, let's talk boosts. So, we'll start with the very basic one, Formulate. This one, it's just your typical adds points to the entire team's, like all their powers. And, actually I think it adds to like other stuff too, like this and whatnot. Yeah, there's really not much to say about it. That's how it works. Yeah. And then there's Uncage, which is, so this increases your striking and your attack speed. Now, both of these can increase your DPS, both your striking stat and your attack speed stat. So I had to be a little careful with how I balance this. If you compare the attack speed boost, it's lower than most other characters, like Captain America, for example. His attack speed boost goes up to 40%. This one's down to 30% because he gets that bonus striking. But also the other characters that have speed boost also get something alongside that speed boost. For example, Captain America, he gets a melee damage boost, which is a little different than striking because it adds to all melee attacks. So this is a melee attack, for example, so it would actually apply to this power as well. And then the striking is slightly modeled after Luke Cage's, where he gets up to 50% striking, but he also doubles his health, which is freaking insane. It's awesome. So, yeah, kind of combine them together. They both add to DPS, so they had to be nerfed to, have them both in the same power. And they're really nice. Like, attack speed is useful all around for powers and for normal striking. Then the striking boost just helps you when you're, trying to build up your momentum for your extreme, or just want to, do some quick cleanup or get that bonus damage on guys that are lying down, I played around with it quite a bit with the values, and I think this is a good balance because there's a lot of boosts in the game that are insanely overpowered and a lot of boosts that are just useless. And I think I found one that's, a nice middle ground. It's called Uncage right now. The idea is that, he stops being the well-mannered Shakespearean fellow and, releases the beast, basically. I might just call it Release the Beast at some point. I don't know. It's called Uncage right now. And, yeah. Oh, well, I guess we can look at what they look like. So, that's his boost animation from X-Men Legends 1. And I got slightly lazy with the visual effects on this one because the visual effects I was trying to put together for it, I don't even want to think about it. But I got frustrated, so right now it's like a copy of Blade's visual effects when he uses his boost. But of course it's blue, but it's not like a total direct copy of Blade. See how it spins counterclockwise? See, Blade spins clockwise. Totally different, completely new effect, unrecognizable. And then there's Formulate, where he just does. I might actually do something cooler than that at some point, just raising the fist. But it adds. It's Moon Knight's kind of. It's been shrunk down. It's also been tweaked a little bit with the hit flash in the middle, and then color swapped, of course. And and the animation itself comes from Cyclops, I believe. Yeah, and yeah, it'll just add to your skills. It's kind of like Moon Knight's. Moon Knight's circle was even bigger than this, if you can believe it. So it's been shrunk down. The glow's been changed and it's been made blue. That is something I would like to change and update for both these to make them a little bit more unique and, different from their, like, actual counterparts, like Moon Knight's and Blade's effects. But I wasn't too worried about that because the important thing is that they make it very clear that your boost is still active. So that's my main priority right now for them. Yeah, so I think that about covers boosts. I mean, I guess we can look at, what it's like to have a max speed and striking on this baby. Now, also, it's important to remember, like, especially if you're a mod builder, to lock the speed of certain powers. This, for example, you have to lock the speed of, because something that boosts speed, like this boost I'm using right now, it won't make him run, like, faster. It'll just cycle through his running animation more quickly and make it look weird. The same thing can happen with things like this. So this speed is locked, but once he's got them down, you can see the speed boost is applied to the the ground pound, and everything else gets the speed boost just fine. It all works, and yeah, you can be a real monster with this, especially if you pick, like, depending on the passives you pick. You can definitely build him specializing with the striking build, but well, you'll see what the passives are like probably when I do the release video, or when you're just like playing. Here, let's turn this back on. So yeah, it's extra speed, extra damage, very reliable. It's good enough that it's worth having, but it's not so OP that you feel like you have to have it, like Mr. Fantastic's Fist or like Hulk Boost or anything. So you can just have a power there instead. If you'd rather have more versatility as opposed to the added DPS that you get from the boost. Yeah, I don't think there's really much else to say about those. So yeah, that was the animations and my reasoning behind what I chose and my ideas behind them, and what it was like putting it all together, and the same with the boosts. Yeah, so after this, I think the next video is actually going to just cover any changes I've made since I released my beast building videos. So it'll just be a quick rundown of the slight tweaks that have, changed, that make the claims I made before slightly inaccurate, such as like name changes to powers and, slight targeting tweaks and things like that. And then after that, it'll be down to release, I think. So, yeah, thanks for sticking with me through this and being interested to hear me talk about this stuff. I didn't expect so many people to like it, but they do, so that's awesome. Huge confidence builder. Yeah, have a good one.